You're under a soft blanket, curled just so. And there's no need to do anything else right now except be here. The day has left its marks in the quiet between your thoughts. Faint but persistent, like dust settling on still air. You don't have to name it or move through it. This is not a time for answers or adjustments. There's no demand on you to focus, to respond, to stay awake, or even to remember what happened earlier. The only thing that matters right now is the space around you and the rhythm of breath coming in and out. This is hairbrushing ASMR. Bedtime, personal attention. Soft-spoken ASMR for sleep. Just one steady motion repeated without hurry, without interruption. Designed not to pull your mind forward, but to let it settle back into itself. It's imagination only, not a salon service, not medical care, not therapy, and certainly not a guarantee of sleep or any particular feeling. There is no touch here, no actual contact with your skin, your scalp, or your hair. What you're hearing is the sound of brush against air, the soft resistance of bristles passing through strands as if they were already loose and willing to go. You can picture it in your mind's eye if you like, but there's nothing real being done. This is simply a quiet moment shaped by words. You've chosen to stay still. That's enough. No need to prove anything about your attention or awareness. If thoughts drift past, whether the door is locked, what they might say now, whether something was left undone, you don't have to stop them. Let them pass like clouds over a distant hill. There's no correction needed, no effort to return. You're not being asked to concentrate on anything except the sound of that brush moving. It's a soft, bristled brush, worn just enough at the tips to feel gentle, not stiff or sharp. The handle is smooth and cool where it rests in your hand, worn down by time and use, with no corners left to catch against fingers. You place it gently on the edge of the bed beside you, letting it sit there like a promise that something will come next. It doesn't have to be used right away. There's no schedule here. You're lying back now, your head resting slightly to one side, hair spilling across the pillow in its own natural shape. You don't need to arrange anything. No parting lines or patterns are needed. Just let it lie as it is, soft and unstructured, like a breath held too long before release. The brush moves slowly now, not because you're waiting for something, but because time itself feels stretched out in this quiet room. The first stroke begins just above the nape of your neck, near where the hair starts to part naturally when you tilt your head forward. It's a single pass, light as a sigh, just enough pressure to feel the motion without resistance, like air gliding over silk. The bristles catch ever so slightly on one small section, not tight, but present, a faint hesitation in the rhythm. You don't pull. There's no need. The brush pauses for just a breath, then shifts sideways by only an inch or two, adjusting its angle as if learning how to move through the tangle without forcing it. A tiny knot loosens with patience, just enough so that the next stroke can slide past unbroken. Another pass now, starting again from where you left off, but on the opposite side of your head. The brush moves in a shallow arc, gliding over hair that's already settled into place, not lifting, not fluffing, only guiding. There's no rush to cover more ground. Instead, each motion is given its own weight, like a stone dropped into still water where ripples expand outward and then fade. You can picture the strands separating just slightly as they follow the brush's path, not clumped or tangled, but flowing in gentle alignment, like threads caught in a slow current. There's no need to imagine how it feels on your scalp. You're not being asked to feel anything at all. The idea is simply that the motion continues. The brush lifts now, just for a moment, and sets down again beside the bed with more care than before, as if setting something fragile into place, not because there's an error, but because silence needs its own shape too. A pause like this isn't emptiness, it's part of the rhythm. You don't have to notice it or even remember that you paused. The space between strokes is not a void. It's where the sound begins again. When the brush returns, it doesn't come in from the same side as before. It comes from higher up, near your crown, where hair tends to lie flat. When you're still and moves down in a slow curve, like tracing an invisible line across a quiet hillside. The bristles pass through once, then again, each time following the grain of the strands without resistance. A small breath out. you might not even realize it's happening. Just air released from your lungs, as if you were letting go of something that had been held too long. There's another tiny catch now, not on a knot, but at the edge, where two sections meet, like a thread pulling just slightly tighter than usual. The brush doesn't press through. It eases around it instead, shifting its angle so the bristles can work their way through without catching or snagging. There's no force involved, only patience and slight redirection. You're not being asked to stay aware of every detail. You don't need to count strokes or track where the brush goes. If you miss a few seconds or even whole passes, that's fine. The rhythm doesn't care whether you were listening. It continues anyway, like water moving beneath ice. Now the brush moves lower again, toward your shoulders, sweeping across the back of your neck in a wide arc that feels more like a gesture than an action. There's no purpose to it, other than continuing the motion itself. The bristles glide over hair that lies flat against the pillow, not brushing against skin or fabric, just floating through space. A soft sound, almost imperceptible. The faintest whisper of bristle, meeting air as the brush lifts slightly between strokes. Not a word, not an echo, just something quiet happening in the middle of silence. You're allowed to drift here, not towards sleep, not away from it, but simply existing within this stretch of time where nothing is expected of you and nothing needs fixing. The next stroke begins at the front edge of your hairline, near your temple. The brush moves slowly, like a finger tracing a line on paper that's already been written over. There's no intention behind it except to move forward, one small segment at a time. It doesn't matter if you're following each step or not. There's a moment when the bristles catch again, this time near your ear, but only slightly, like catching on a loose thread in fabric. You don't need to do anything about it. The brush adjusts its path just enough so that instead of pulling through, it glides around the small resistance and continues forward. You can picture how light this is, the way bristles barely press into hair as they pass through, making no mark, leaving no trace except sound. Another pause now, longer than before, not because something's wrong, but because rhythm needs room to breathe. The brush rests beside you again, the handle pressed lightly against the edge of the bed, still warm from being held, still holding its shape. A breath out, a small release. You don't have to name it. Then the motion returns, not with urgency or effort, but with quiet persistence, like water finding a path through stone. The brush comes in, again from behind your ear, this time, moving down along the side of your head toward your shoulder. It's not trying to reach anywhere specific, only following its own natural flow, like wind passing over hills without direction. Each stroke is shorter than the last, not because it's losing strength, but because there are fewer strands to pass through at this level. The bristles meet less resistance now, gliding more easily, with no need to adjust or reposition. There's a soft rustle, just air displaced by movement, as the brush lifts slightly between passes, not loud enough to break the silence, just enough to remind you that something is happening. You don't have to follow along. You can let your thoughts wander like leaves on water, drifting without need for explanation or return. You can feel how the air shifts slightly when the brush lifts just a whisper, like silk sliding over glass. It doesn't fall back immediately. It hovers for a breath's length, suspended between motion and stillness, as if time itself has paused to notice something quiet happening in this space where only sound matters. The bristles don't clatter or tremble against the pillow. They stay poised, relaxed, like feathers resting on water. No need to hurry. There's no urgency here beyond the simple act of continuing. The next stroke begins not from behind, but beside you, near your collarbone, where hair has fallen across the edge of the blanket. The brush slides in with minimal pressure, almost like a suggestion rather than an action. It's not pushing into anything. It's just moving through space where hair exists and air moves around it. There's no resistance worth mentioning now. The strands lie smooth, uncluttered, as if they've already been softened by the earlier strokes. The bristles pass over them with such ease that you might question whether any contact occurred at all. Yet there is a sensation, a faint vibration in the handle, carried through fingertips and into your awareness like a memory of touch without physical presence. You don't have to trace it or name it. You can let it be. The rhythm settles deeper now, not faster, not slower, just more settled, as though the motion has found its own natural pace, independent of intention. It doesn't seek to change anything. There's no need for correction, no hidden goal behind each pass. Just this, a soft glide through hair that isn't tangled, only present. The brush moves with the weight of calm, light, but not insubstantial. You can picture how it might feel if you were touching it yourself. The smooth curve of wood in your palm. Warm from use, slightly worn at the edges where hands have held it for years. It comes back near your ear again, though this time not so close as before. It skirts along the outer edge of your hairline, sweeping upward in a slow arc that follows no particular pattern, just movement without destination. The bristles skim over strands that lie flat against your neck, catching nothing, touching nothing, yet still creating a subtle ripple across space. You don't need to feel it on your skin. It's enough that you know the motion happened, like knowing rain fell outside, even if you didn't open the window. There's a soft pause now, not an interruption, but a moment of breathing room between actions. The brush rests again beside you, not tucked into the blanket or placed carefully aside, but simply left there, as though it has decided to take its own rest after so much gentle work. It doesn't require attention. You don't need to check on it. Its stillness is part of the routine now. The quiet between breaths, a space where sound fades and only weight remains. A small release, just a letting go in your shoulders, as if something you weren't aware you were holding has slipped away. Not dramatic, not sudden, just gradual, like warmth spreading through cold limbs after being uncovered. You don't have to do anything with it. It doesn't need acknowledgement. There's no signal required for this kind of quiet release. The air stays still. The brush remains beside you. Then the motion begins again, not abruptly, but softly, like a breeze returning after a pause. This time, the brush comes in from the side of your forehead, moving across your temple toward your crown. It doesn't press through. It flows like water over river stones that have long forgotten their shape. There's no effort involved, no need to guide it or correct its path. The bristles part hair without resistance, each stroke barely more than a ripple passing down the surface of a pond. You can picture how light this is, the way the brush might drift if carried by air currents, not pulled by hand, not guided by thought. It moves because it's been lifted and placed in motion. But once moving, it doesn't ask for permission to continue. There's no demand on your attention, no requirement that you notice each shift or follow every turn. Another moment where the bristles catch, not enough to stop, just enough to remind you of texture, a tiny knot, barely formed, caught between two strands near your hairline. The brush doesn't force it. It simply changes direction slightly, tilting its angle so the bristles can glide around the resistance instead of pushing through. There's no friction, no pulling, just a small adjustment, an almost invisible repositioning that allows progress without pressure. You don't have to be aware of it. You don't need to understand how or why this happens. It just does. And when the movement continues, there is no trace left behind, no knot undone, no tension released, only the quiet continuation of a motion already underway. The brush travels now along the side of your head, near the base of your skull, where hair meets neck. The bristles skim across the back edge of your ear without touching skin, floating just above it like a shadow passing over glass. There's no warmth there, no sensation except what is imagined or remembered. But that doesn't matter. What matters is the movement itself, the way each stroke carries forward, not because of purpose, but because of continuity. You can feel how much less energy this requires now, how easily the bristles move through fewer strands, gliding more freely than before. The resistance has thinned, the work has lightened. There's no need to be alert for knots or tightness. Nothing waits in ambush. No hidden tangles remain. What remains is pure motion, a slow pulse of repetition without variation. The brush lifts again, higher this time, not toward the top of your head, but just above it, as if testing space rather than brushing hair. The air shifts slightly beneath it, a faint rustle, like paper folding itself in half without sound. Then the descent begins, a single stroke downward, starting near the crown and moving slowly across the back of your skull. It doesn't press, it doesn't linger. There's no need to stay in one place long enough for warmth or pressure. The motion is light, almost weightless, like brushing air with intention but without consequence. Yet still there's a presence in it, not physical, not real, but felt as though something has passed through. A pause, not because of fault or fatigue, just because rhythm demands breathing room. Time to let the silence fill again before another stroke begins. The brush rests once more beside you, this time slightly farther away than before. Place gently on a fold of blanket where it won't be disturbed. It doesn't fall, it doesn't slide. It stays exactly as left. You don't have to check if it's still there. You don't need confirmation that the routine continues. The brush isn't doing anything except being quiet, and that is enough. Another breath out, slow, unforced, like steam rising from a cup long cooled. Not deep, not shallow, just natural. It doesn't mean anything in particular. It's simply part of existing within this stretch where nothing needs to be done, said, or fixed. The motion returns, not with fanfare or expectation, but softly, as if returning after a long walk through empty halls. The brush comes back from behind, not near your ear, but lower, near the nape of your neck, brushing strands that lie gently against the pillow's edge. There's no need to lift hair or pull it forward. It just moves over what is already there, the way light passes over still water without disturbing its surface. Each stroke is shorter now, not because strength has faded, but because fewer strands remain in play. The brush doesn't have far to go. It glides across the back of your neck with such ease that you might wonder if it's brushing anything at all. Yet there is a faint sensation, a soft pressure on air, like wind passing through still trees. You can picture how this would feel if someone were near you, someone who knew not to hurry, not to touch too much, but simply to move slowly through the space where your hair lies, not for comfort or care, but because motion itself has become a kind of attention, a presence without demand, a small shift beneath you, just enough to settle deeper into the curve of the blanket's fold, as if gravity itself has softened its hold. The brush doesn't move yet, not quite, but it hovers near your hairline like a thought that hasn't fully formed. There's no need for urgency in this moment. Nothing needs fixing. Nothing demands repair. You can let go even more than you already have. The air around you stays still, not because it is empty, but because it holds something quiet, something patient. The bristles are cool now, not cold, just resting at the same temperature as your skin's surface, barely registering against hair that no longer resists or tangles. You can imagine how this would feel if someone were close enough to lean in without touching, not leaning over you, but beside you, brushing with a hand so steady it becomes part of the silence. A motion drawn from repetition rather than intention. Each stroke laid down like a single note, held too long and then released before anyone notices. It starts again near your right temple, not sweeping through volume or pulling at length, but tracing the edge where hair meets skin in that subtle place just behind the ear, where warmth lives only in memory. The brush slips sideways now, not forward, gliding along what's already loose. No effort to gather more than is present. There's no weight in it, nothing heavy enough to pull or disturb. Just a smooth passage of bristles over fine strands that don't catch and don't cling. You might feel the shift if you're listening closely, the way one stroke ends not with pressure, but with release, like letting go of something you didn't realize you were holding. The brush lifts slightly between motions, not lifted high, just enough to let air pass beneath it again. A soft gap in rhythm that doesn't break continuity so much as stretch it gently. There's no need for precision anymore. No point in counting sections or checking alignment. What remains is the feeling of motion itself. Not progress, but presence. The act isn't about changing anything. It's simply being there. You don't have to think about whether you're doing this right, whether anyone else would approve. There's only one measure now: how little effort it takes. The bristles pass over a small cluster near the nape. Nothing thick enough to resist. Nothing dense enough to matter. It moves through like breath, passing between lips that aren't quite closed. No friction, no pause, just movement continuing, because there is nowhere else for it to go but forward. And even then, not in any hurry. You can feel how much lighter the hair has become, not physically, of course, but perceptually. Less resistance, fewer memories clinging to each strand. Some thoughts have fallen away like loose threads from a sweater left too long on a chair. Others are still there, but they've softened their edges and slowed down their pace so you no longer notice them. The brush drifts now toward the center of your back, lower this time, not near where it started, but farther in, just above the edge of what might be called the spine, if names mattered. It doesn't press into any particular place. Instead, it glides over hair that lies flat against the pillow's surface, as though already asleep itself. There is no sound from your body, no sighing or shifting, but you can picture how this would feel on skin, not touched, but brushed through by something so gentle it becomes part of stillness rather than movement. Like dust settling after a long silence, like light passing over glass that has forgotten its own reflection. The handle is smooth now, not polished exactly, just worn from use in the way things are when they've been used quietly for many hours and never demanded attention. It fits easily between fingers that aren't really there. Just imagined pressure at the base of your palm, a ghost grip on something real, but not claimed. Each stroke takes longer than it did before, not because fatigue has set in, but because nothing needs to be rushed anymore. There's no reason for speed when time is already stretched thin and meaningless. The rhythm doesn't need to maintain momentum. Instead, it stretches. each pause becoming fuller, each return softer than the last. You don't have to follow along or remember anything about this sequence. You're not required to stay aware of where your hair ends or how many times you felt something pass through it. There's no performance in silence, and there's nothing expected from you beyond simply being here. The brush lifts again, not high, just enough for air to fill the space below it once more, like a small breath held before release. Then comes another descent, this time not across your neck, but along one side of your head, near where hair naturally falls when someone lies still, with their face turned slightly away from light. It doesn't sweep wide or try to gather all at once. It moves only through what's available. A single line drawn slowly down the slope of a curve that no longer needs shaping. There's nothing left to define, no contour to preserve, no length to manage. The bristles pass over one strand near your temple and pause briefly, not because it caught, but simply because motion doesn't require constant forward push. The brush rests for just an instant, as if checking in on itself, not asking anything of the hair or its owner, only confirming that this moment still exists. And yes, it does. Then another stroke begins, gentle, almost hesitant, but not uncertain. It's not afraid to move slowly. Instead, it trusts what has already been done. The weight is gone from every motion now, not in a way that feels hollow, but in the quiet certainty of having arrived at something unspoken. This isn't about transformation. You don't have to believe anything different than you do right now. There's no need for change or healing. Nothing needs fixing. Nothing needs naming. You're simply allowed to exist within a pattern so soft it barely counts as action, yet still somehow present. A small breath out, one that doesn't rise up but settles deeper into your chest like water sinking beneath stone. Not deep, not shallow, just enough to mark the space between one motion and another. The brush isn't waiting for you to respond or even notice. It's already moving again, coming from behind once more. This time brushing near where hair meets shoulder. There's no resistance, just a slow glide over strands that lie still against fabric, not clinging, but existing in their own quiet way, like leaves fallen long ago and forgotten by wind. The brush doesn't need to be placed down now. It stays suspended between movements, floating just above the surface of your hair, like something too gentle for gravity to claim. You don't have to think about whether this is happening or not, only that it continues in a way that feels natural, not because you want it, but because there's no other place for motion to go except forward through silence. The handle turns slightly, as if guided by nothing more than intention, without direction. A small tilt of weight, then stillness again. The bristles hover above your neck and drift sideways, like air moving over a closed window. There's no need for confirmation that you're being cared for, because care isn't the point here. Attention is not about offering comfort, but simply existing in motion so soft it becomes indistinguishable from rest. You can picture how this would feel if someone were near, not to touch, not even close, but present enough to move slowly through space without disturbing anything else. The brush dips again, this time just above the collar of your shirt, brushing over hair that falls down toward fabric, not lifting it, just passing across what lies there, as though brushing air in a room where nothing is supposed to be touched, but everything still feels noticed. There's no urgency in any part of this, not even at the end of each stroke. No need for completion or conclusion, only continuity, like a thread pulled through cloth that never breaks and doesn't require pulling tight. You might feel how little it takes now, how easy motion becomes when nothing needs to be changed. The brush moves not because hair is long or tangled, but simply because there's no reason not to continue. The rhythm has thinned into something almost invisible, a series of small passages, each one shorter than the last, yet still present enough that you can feel them like faint vibrations beneath your skin when they pass through. The bristles graze the curve where your neck meets shoulder, not pressing, but following a path that doesn't demand anything from you. only exists in its own quiet turn. There's no weight behind it now, just enough pressure to trace the edge of stillness, like wind passing over skin after rain has stopped, and the air is still damp with memory. The brush rests for so long between motions that time feels stretched thin. No need to measure or name how long. A breath comes in slow, not because you've been told to breathe, but because your body remembers what it was doing before the sound began. A soft expansion beneath layers of fabric and bone. The hair near your collar is fine, not coarse nor thick, but carries its own kind of quiet weight when gathered loosely by motion, like strands that have learned how to lie down without protest. The brush glides over them, not as if removing something, but simply shifting what's already there, like clearing dust from a shelf no one uses anymore, only because it has become habit to move through the space where things are left behind. The handle rests lightly against your upper back now, not touching skin, but hovering near where fabric folds inward from shoulder to spine, a place neither warm nor cold, simply existing. The bristles turn slightly with each stroke, changing their angle as if learning how the space around them behaves when no one is watching, how light falls across hair that has stopped moving. There's a softness in this motion now, not because it was made gentle, but because nothing else fits here. There are no sharp edges to cut through or patterns to enforce. A strand slips beneath your ear, not caught by the brush nor pulled aside. It just lies where gravity allows, like an old note left on a table. The next stroke moves over that spot without adjusting for it, doesn't avoid or embrace, only passes as if acknowledging its presence while continuing forward through stillness. You might feel how little effort is required when motion has no goal. The brush doesn't aim to reach anything beyond itself. It stays within what's already there. There are no beginnings or endings anymore. Just a series of small shifts that happen one after another, each too light to leave marks and too consistent not to be felt. The rhythm grows thinner, not by slowing, but by reducing its footprint. Fewer bristles engaged with every pass, less hair touched at once. It's as if the motion is learning how to disappear into silence without leaving any trace of itself behind. Only a faint memory in your nervous system that something happened just before you stopped noticing. There's no need for intention now, not even awareness of what came before or will follow. The brush floats across your hair like dust, settling after wind has passed through an empty room. Not disturbed by anyone's presence, but still part of the space it occupies. You are in a place where time is measured only by breaths that don't rise too high and motions that don't demand reply. No signal comes back from you, no twitch or shift. But this isn't because you're absent. It's simply because there's no need to answer anything anymore. The act of brushing continues not for your sake, but as a quiet continuation, like water flowing through soil long after the storm has ended. A small part of hair near your temple shifts slightly, not from touch, not pulled or brushed, but released by its own stillness, curling inward in a way that wasn't intended and isn't corrected. The brush passes over it anyway, just brushing past as if confirming continuity rather than changing anything. There's no direction to the stroke, no beginning at crown or end near nape. It moves only because there is nothing else for motion to do except move through what already exists. Hair that doesn't need fixing, skin that doesn't require care, silence that has settled into a shape too soft for words. You don't have to believe in any of this. Only allow it to be present, as if you were not the one being attended to, but merely someone who happened upon stillness by chance. The brush never speaks, only moves through space with no need to explain why or where it's going. It doesn't care whether your eyes are open or closed, awake or asleep. It just follows its own rhythm, like a note played once and then forgotten. The handle tilts slightly, just enough that the bristles shift their angle without changing direction. They glide over hair as if brushing air in between layers of fabric, not touching anything, but still marking presence through passage. There's no force behind it now, not even effort, but only motion so light it feels like memory rather than action. A strand catches on nothing, just hangs suspended for a moment before releasing itself into the quiet space around your ear. The brush doesn't pause to adjust. It continues as if that moment never happened. Not because it wasn't noticed, but because notice isn't required anymore. There's no need to return to where you were or even remember what came before. Only this. Motion continuing without demand or reason, like a shadow moving across floorboards long after the light has turned away. You are neither inside nor outside of it, only part of its path, as if your body was never separate from the rhythm that flows through and around. The brush slows again, not by choice, but because nothing remains to push against. There's no tangle, no knot, no resistance. Only a surface too quiet for friction. The bristles barely meet hair now, like petals brushing over stone after rain has stopped falling. They pass without catching, settle back into the air, as if waiting not for return, but simply for continuation. You might feel how little is needed when there's nothing to fix or change. Only this soft passage through what already exists. No one needs you to respond. No gesture asks permission. The brush moves on its own quiet principle, as though it knows better than anyone that some things don't need explanation, just time. A small part of hair falls forward now, not lifted by touch, but guided downward by stillness itself, like a leaf drifting over water without wind. It settles against your collar with no disturbance from the next stroke, which passes above it as if acknowledging its place even while not touching. There's something almost like reverence in how little is done, not because of grand meaning, but simply because nothing else fits here. The motion doesn't grow louder or heavier. It fades into softness so complete that you might wonder whether anything happened at all. And yet, just beneath your awareness, there's a trace, the faintest impression left behind by something moving slowly through still air. The handle rests near the base of your skull now, not pressed down, but held in place, as if waiting for no one to move first. The bristles hover above hair that has long stopped resisting or responding, just lies where it is, not claiming space, nor giving up on it either. You don't have to think about how you're lying beneath the blanket. You only know what your body remembers. Warmth from earlier still clinging just under fabric. Breath moving in and out without urgency. No need for confirmation that this moment continues. It's already here, untouched by time or desire. The brush turns slightly, not because of will, but as if gravity has shifted its own direction. Just a tiny shift in angle, so slight it might not register unless you were listening closely enough to hear air parting over stillness. It glides across hair near the edge of your shoulder again, but this time only one side of the bristles touches. The rest remains suspended above fabric, as if choosing which parts matter and which don't, except nothing matters here except continuation itself. You can imagine how it feels when the air settles just beyond a certain point, when movement no longer leaves behind the trace of pressure, but only the memory of its shape. The brush doesn't come back to where it left off. Instead, it drifts toward the curve of your shoulder, as if drawn by some invisible contour, not because anything demands attention, but simply because that is where motion flows naturally now. It passes over hair in a slow arc. No need to part or pull. No reason to gather or hold. The weight of each stroke is lighter than the breath before it. There's a moment when one bristle catches on nothing at all, not even air resistance, and hovers like a single thread suspended between two still worlds. It stays there long enough for you to notice how little effort is required just to be present in that absence. You don't need to shift or adjust. Your body already fits beneath this quiet motion, like a shape fitting its shadow. No sound comes from the brush now, except what's made by silence itself. The faintest whisper of bristles gliding through air, not touching anything at all, but still marking passage, as if every movement must be accounted for, even when nothing is being changed. Hair falls forward again, not because it was brushed or pulled, but because gravity has decided to act without permission. It lands like a thought that's been left behind in the half-light between waking and sleep. Soft, unclaimed, already drifting toward stillness. The brush doesn't react. It moves around it as if the hair were not part of its path, but something just outside, like a leaf caught in a slow current that chooses to flow past without disturbing. There's no intention behind this either. The motion simply continues because continuation is all that remains possible. A small breath out slips from you, quiet enough that even you barely hear it. Not deep, not forced, not anything more than the soft release of air after holding it for too long in a place where nothing needs to be said. The brush glides over a spot near your temple now. Just one stroke. No